You know how you see people online building these cool little income streams, and maybe you've wondered how they do it without needing to be some kind of like tech guru?
Yeah, I've definitely seen that. It can feel a bit intimidating sometimes.
Totally. I've been there feeling like the internet speaks a language I haven't learned. But here's the exciting part. You absolutely don't need to be a coding expert to create real online income for yourself.
That's so true. What's really interesting is this whole no-code world that's opened up. It's really leveled the playing field.
It really has. It allows anyone, basically regardless of their tech skills, to tap into their creativity and build ways to earn online.
Exactly. And that's exactly what we're digging into today. We've got this fantastic resource
Yeah, it's great.
that outlines 10, count 'em, 10 no-code side hustles that you can realistically get started with very possibly today.
No tech background needed, right? And often with little to no money down to begin.
Precisely. And these aren't just like vague ideas floating around the internet.
Right, not just theory.
No. The guide we've been exploring gives you concrete blueprints. It walks through the steps, suggests tools that are often free or very affordable.
Premium, a lot of them.
Yeah, freemium models. And it even provides realistic glimpses into potential earnings, supported by these mini case studies with actual figures and dates.
Okay, so what's our mission here today then?
Well, our goal here is to give you the insights, the actionable stuff, so you can see which of these possibilities resonates with you and could maybe start bringing in some extra income.
Sounds good. Okay, so let's jump into the first one. Creating and selling micro ebooks.
Right. The core concept here is so smart in its simplicity. You write a short digital book once,
Just once.
and then you have this asset that can be sold again and again. It's like putting your knowledge to work for you on autopilot almost.
Yeah, I like that. What's particularly fascinating, I thought, was the advice to really narrow your focus.
Oh, definitely. Instead of a broad subject like improving your health,
Mm-hmm.
the guide suggests getting incredibly specific, like 5 quick desk stretches for remote workers.
Why do you think that kind of hyper-focus is so effective?
Well, it makes sense, doesn't it? If someone is sitting at a desk all day, maybe gets a stiff neck,
Uh-huh.
a book promising quick stretches directly addresses their immediate problem. It probably cuts through all the general noise out there.
Yeah, much more direct. And the guide recommends using tools that feel really accessible. ChatGPT, for instance.
Like ChatGPT for outlining and even drafting. Then Canva is there for creating a professional-looking cover and layout.
Which is pretty user-friendly.
Very. And platforms like Payhip or Gumroad handle the hosting and payment side of things without needing a tech team.
Okay, so what are the steps? The guide breaks it down.
Yeah, it does. First, pinpoint that super specific niche. Then use AI, like ChatGPT, to create a focused outline aiming for maybe around 20 pages packed with actionable advice.
And then you actually write it.
Exactly. The guide also emphasizes bringing your own voice into your writing.
Oh, that's important.
Yeah, it even suggests adding personal anecdotes to make the content more relatable, like sharing a specific experience, maybe a neck injury on March 10th, 2025, the guide says, and how chair yoga helped.
How do you think that personal touch impacts a digital product like this? Makes it less dry?
Absolutely. It probably makes it feel less like a dry instruction manual and more like getting advice from a friend who's been there.
Right. Then you use Canva to make it look good, save as PDF.
Mm-hmm. Make it visually appealing, export as PDF, and get it out there. They even suggest a smart pricing approach.
What's that?
Start with a lower price, maybe around $5 for the first week.
Ah, to get reviews.
Exactly. Encourage those initial sales and reviews, which act as social proof, and then increase it to the $9 to $12 range.
Smart. And there was a pro tip too, right?
Yeah, good one. Bundling related micro ebooks together with a small discount, say 15%. So those desk stretches could be offered with a guide on maybe quick, healthy snack hacks for remote workers.
It's a smart way to increase the average order value, that average sale. And we even get a real-world earnings snapshot. This example from March 2025.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Well, it shows someone selling that 5 quick desk stretches micro ebook. They started at $5, made $60 in just 3 days.
Wow, okay.
Then, after raising the price to $9, they averaged about 20 sales a week.
Which works out too.
Around $180 a month, the guide projected. Not a
Mhm.
bad return for the initial effort of writing.
Not bad at all. It really illustrates the potential of creating these digital assets that can keep generating income.
Okay, let's move on. Hustle number 2.
All right, hustle 2.
Yeah.
Designing print-on-demand t-shirts.
Ah, I've heard of this.
Yeah, it's a really interesting model because you focus on the creative aspect. Your designs and platforms handle all the logistics.
Like printing and shipping.
Exactly. Whenever someone buys your shirt, you don't have to worry about holding any stock yourself.
What are your initial thoughts on this model? Seems pretty hands-off once the design is done.
It sounds fantastic for someone who loves to design but doesn't want the headache, the hassle of managing inventory and shipping.
Yeah, definitely avoids that. So, what tools does the guide recommend?
Printful or Keyspring for that printing and shipping magic, as you said. Then Canva or maybe Playseat for creating those great-looking mock-ups.
So you can see the design on a shirt.
Right, on actual shirts. And then setting up your online store on platforms like Etsy, Shopify, or even TikTok Shop.
Okay. So where do you start? Just design anything?
Well, the guide suggests that the first step is doing some trend research.
Makes sense.
They recommend looking at Etsy's bestsellers or using a tool like Marmalade to find niches where there's interest, but maybe less competition.
Like the example they gave, coffee plus yoga designs.
Exactly. Why is it important to look for that balance of demand and lower competition, you think?
Well, you want to create something people actually want, right? But you also don't want to get lost in a sea of identical products. Find that sweet spot.
Precisely. The guide then talks about getting creative in Canva and designing your artwork. Key technical details.
Oh, yeah.
Create a 300 DPI PNG file with a transparent background.
Yeah. Okay, 300 DPI PNG, transparent, got it.
And they suggest sticking to just 2 or 3 colors for maybe cleaner-looking prints.
Fewer colors might be easier to print, too.
Could be. After that, you connect your design to Printful and your online store. And writing titles that people will actually search for is crucial.
SEO matters even for t-shirts.
Absolutely. Something like Funny Dog Mom t-shirt, coffee addict gifts helps people find your creation.
And to really get those sales going, the guide emphasizes creating short, engaging video promos.
Yeah, like a quick 10-second TikTok or reel of someone, maybe even you, unboxing a shirt you've designed.
How do you think seeing the actual product in a short video impacts potential buyers? Makes it more real?
Totally. It makes it feel more real and tangible, or you can see the quality, how it looks in real life, not just on a flat mock-up.
Now, here's a heads up that's worth paying attention to.
Okay.
Don't get carried away and create tons of designs right off the bat. The advice is to start small.
Test the waters first.
Oh, exactly. Maybe with just 3 to 5 designs to test the market and see what catches on before you invest more time and effort.
That's smart. So what about earnings?
The earnings snapshot for this hustle estimates a profit margin of around $8 to $12 per shirt.
Okay, per shirt.
So if you manage to sell just 10 shirts a week, that could translate to $80 to $120 in weekly earnings.
Not bad for a side thing.
And the guide even includes a testimonial, someone named Ava, in March 2025.
Yeah, what did Ava say?
She apparently received 18 orders in just 5 days after posting a yoga coffee tea.
Wow, okay. That really shows what's possible when you tap into a popular theme.
Definitely. All right, let's move on to hustle number 3, building simple landing pages.
Ah, yes. This one taps into a really common need for small businesses.
How so?
Well, so many of them want to have an online presence, but they don't have the budget for a full custom-built website, right?
Yeah, that can get expensive fast.
Exactly. That's where this no-code approach can be a game changer for them and, well, for you if you offer the service.
The real power here is that you don't need any coding knowledge.
Not at all. The recommended tools, card.co or lead pages, offer these fantastic drag-and-drop interfaces.
Oh, I've heard of Card. Super simple.
Yeah, they make creating professional-looking landing pages surprisingly easy. Then Zapier helps automate form submissions.
Connecting things together.
Right. And MailChimp's free tier is perfect for collecting those valuable leads, those email addresses.
What kind of businesses do you think would benefit most from having just a simple landing page?
I'm thinking local businesses, maybe someone offering a specific service, like a consultant or a coach.
Or someone launching a product.
Yeah, or even someone launching a new product who just needs a single page to capture interest in email addresses before the full launch.
Okay, so how do you get started? Templates.
Yeah, the guide suggests starting by choosing a template. It mentions using Card's webinar sign-up layout, for instance, and being able to build a basic page in about 30 minutes.
30 minutes, wow.
Then it's all about writing compelling text. You need a strong headline, bullet points that clearly highlight the benefits.
So focus on what the client gets.
Exactly. Think about the problem you're solving for their client. An example headline they give is, get 5 new clients in 30 days, no code required.
Catchy. And then benefits like?
Done in 24 hours, mobile optimized, money back guarantee. things that build confidence.
And connecting the forms is key for leads.
Crucial. Connecting those forms to MailChimp using Zapier is key for lead generation. And then, of course, it's about setting your prices.
What does the guide suggest for pricing?
Around $75 for a basic one-page site, maybe $250 for a slightly more comprehensive three-page mini site that includes an opt-in form.
Okay. And an upsell.
Yeah. They also recommend offering an upsell, like providing ongoing monthly tweaks or A/B testing for an additional $100 per month.
Ah, recurring revenue.
Yeah.
How valuable do you think that recurring aspect could be?
Oh, that recurring revenue could really add up over time and provide a much more stable income stream than just one-off projects.
Yeah, that makes sense. There's also a really practical pro tip for this one.
What is it?
Always check how your landing page looks on a mobile device first.
Oh, good point. So many people browse on their phones.
Exactly. Making sure it looks great there from the start will save you from potential client revisions later. Less back and forth.
Right. And the earnings potential.
The earnings snapshot here shows that just 2 clients in April 2025 booking a one-page landing page at $75 each resulted in $150 in a single week.
See? It really shows how quickly you can start earning with this type of service. Pretty cool.
Okay, let's move on to number 4, creating custom TikTok bio packs.
TikTok bios. So important.
Yeah, if you've spent any amount of time scrolling through TikTok, you know just how important that little bio section is. It's like your digital handshake.
Totally. Your first impression. And this hustle helps creators make a strong one and hopefully gain more followers. Why do you think that tiny bit of text is so impactful on TikTok?
Well, on a platform like TikTok, where attention spans are famously short,
Super short.
your bio needs to quickly communicate who you are and what you offer. It's prime real estate, really, to encourage follows and engagement.
That's why creators are often looking for ways to optimize it. And pre-made templates. They can be a real time saver and offer, proven strategies.
So the tools needed are pretty straightforward here.
Very. Google Sheets to organize your fill-in-the-blank bio templates. Canva to create a nicely formatted PDF to deliver to your customer.
Makes it look professional.
Right. And PayHip again for handling instant downloads and payments. Simple setup.
Okay, so what's the process? Drafting templates.
Yeah, drafting around 25 different fill-in-the-blank bio templates tailored to specific niches.
Like fitness, beauty.
Fitness, beauty, gaming, whatever. The guide even provides a format example. I help ideal audience achieve key benefit in time frame.
Oh, like a formula?
Kind of. And including before versus after examples with screenshots can be a really effective way to showcase the value of your templates. Show the transformation.
Makes sense. What about pricing?
For pricing, they suggest around $3 for a single niche pack. Pretty affordable.
Yeah, impulse buy territory.
Or a more appealing $15 for an all-niche bundle containing maybe 6 different packs in the example.
Better value.
Right. And when it comes to getting the word out, the guide recommends using attention-grabbing language.
Like what?
Something like, your TikTok bio is a snooze grab, these 25 killer templates, and watch your follows explode. That kind of energy.
Yeah, speaks the TikTok language. Any warnings or heads ups?
The heads up for this hustle is to make sure you're updating your packs regularly, ideally quarterly.
Because TikTok trends change so fast.
Exactly. Trends move fast, so keeping your templates fresh will not only provide ongoing value, but also encourage repeat business from your customers. Keep it relevant.
Good point. And the earnings.
The earnings snapshot for custom TikTok bio packs shows that selling 50 packs per month at $3 each can generate $150 monthly.
Okay, so maybe not life-changing money initially.
No, but remember, this is a relatively low-effort product to create once you have the templates, and it can be sold repeatedly, scalable.
True. Okay, number 5.
Our 5th no-code side hustle is creating social media content calendars.
The content struggle is real for so many people.
It really is. In today's digital world, consistently posting engaging content is crucial for success on social media. But many individuals and businesses struggle with planning and just coming up with ideas.
So this hustle provides a ready-made solution to that problem, like a plan.
Exactly. You're essentially selling a pre-planned content strategy. It frees up your clients to focus on the actual creation and posting of the content, not the "what should I post today" panic.
Yeah, it takes away that blank page fear. What tools are involved?
The recommended tools include Airtable or Google Sheets for organizing the calendar layouts, Canva, again, for branding it and creating a professional PDF.
Make it look good.
Yeah. And then PayHip or Etsy for delivering it to your customers.
Okay, so what goes into one of these calendars?
The launch steps involve mapping out a full 30 days of content. This includes a daily post idea, maybe suggested hashtags to increase visibility,
Hashtags are key.
and even a prompt for an accompanying image to give the client a starting point for their visuals. And it's important to tailor these calendars to specific platforms.
Right. Instagram is different from Pinterest, which is different from LinkedIn.
Exactly. Content strategies often differ between them.
Branding is also important here.
Yes, branding is key. So the guide suggests using Canva to add maybe a quick start guide, your logo, and a consistent color scheme to the calendar PDF. Make it yours.
And pricing, tiered.
Yeah, they recommend a tiered approach. Perhaps $10 for a basic calendar and maybe $25 for a premium version that includes extra resources,
Like what kind of extras?
like a swipe file of pre-written captions that clients can adapt. Just more value.
What's the benefit of offering those different tiers? Seems like more work.
Well, it allows you to cater to a wider range of budgets and needs. Someone just starting out might opt for the basic calendar, while maybe a more established business sees the value in the premium features and the time saved.
Okay, that makes sense. How do you sell them?
When it comes to selling these, the guide suggests posting in relevant Facebook communities with a catchy call to action.
Address the pain point directly.
Right, something like, swipe this ready-made calendar and banish content block forever.
Yeah.
This directly addresses the frustration of content creation.
There's a pro tip for this one too, right? About tagging.
Yeah, a really smart one. Encourage your buyers to tag you in their posts when they use your calendar.
User-generated content and social proof.
Exactly. It acts as fantastic social proof, showing potential future customers that your product is actually helping people achieve their social media goals. Free marketing, almost.
Love it. What's the earnings potential look like here?
The earnings snapshot for social media content calendars shows that selling 20 premium calendars at $25 each can yield $500.
Okay, now we're talking more substantial income.
Yeah, this demonstrates the potential for a more significant income stream with this hustle compared to maybe the biopacks.
All right, let's move on to hustle number 6, offering voiceover and transcription services.
Okay, this one's interesting. There's a significant demand for high-quality audio and written transcripts.
From who, mainly?
From podcasters like us, online educators, video creators. Anyone putting content out there often needs this stuff.
So if you have a clear speaking voice or maybe a good ear for detail, this could be a really viable option.
Definitely. And what's particularly interesting about this is that even if you don't have like professional recording equipment or lightning-fast typing skills.
Which most people don't.
Right. There are AI-powered tools that can be incredibly helpful.
Like what?
The guide recommends Murph.ai or Speechelo for AI voiceovers, which can sound surprisingly good these days, and Descript or Otter.ai for transcription.
I've used Otter. It's pretty good.
Yeah, they're powerful tools. And for finding clients, platforms like Fiverr or Upwork are excellent starting points.
So how do you get started? Need samples.
Yes. The initial steps involve creating sample clips to showcase your abilities.
Yep.
For voiceovers, maybe a short 30-second demo reel showing different styles.
Right.
And for transcription, a brief transcribed sample packaged as MP3 and DOCX files respectively. Clean and professional.
And pricing per minute.
When listing your services, the guide suggests pricing around $10 per minute for voiceovers and maybe $1 per minute for transcription.
What do you think makes a good sample clip? Needs to be high quality.
Yeah, quality and clarity are key. A good sample clip should clearly demonstrate your skills and versatility. For voiceovers, maybe showcase different tones and styles. For transcription, accuracy and attention to detail are paramount.
And deliver professionally.
Yes, professional delivery is also important, so using platforms like Google Drive or Dropbox to share the completed files is recommended.
Any upsells here?
And to potentially increase your earnings per client, offering add-on services like adding subtitles, SRT files, for an extra fee.
Oh, useful for videos.
Or including timestamps and speaker tags can be valuable additions, often worth maybe $2 per minute extra.
Okay. Any warnings?
The heads up for this one is all about managing expectations and building a solid reputation.
How so?
The advice is to set realistic turnaround times for your work. It's always better to underpromise and overdeliver.
Build that trust.
To build trust and reliability with your clients. Reputation is everything in freelance work.
Absolutely. And the potential earnings.
The earnings snapshot for voiceover and transcription services is quite promising, actually. The guide suggests that even dedicating just 5 minutes per day to these tasks could potentially yield around $55 per day.
5 minutes? For $55? That seems high. Did I hear that right? Maybe 5 hours. Let's recheck that logic. This The source might mean 5 billable minutes of final audio transcription work yields $55, implying the rate 10-minute VO plus 1 hour TX equals 11-minute average. So 5 minutes work equals $55. That makes more sense in context of the per-minute pricing.
Okay, yeah, based on those per-minute rates, 5 minutes of delivered work could potentially hit that $55 mark, assuming a mix of VO and transcription, which, if you scale that up, adds up to approximately $375 per month.
Right. That makes more sense based on the pricing. It really highlights the potential for a consistent income stream with these skills that are definitely in demand.
Definitely.
Okay, hustle number 7 takes us into the world of affiliate marketing, but with a twist. Affiliate niche research reports.
Yeah, this is interesting. Marketers are constantly searching for profitable niches, right? But ones that aren't overly competitive.
Holy grail.
Pretty much. And this hustle provides them with that valuable information, potentially saving them a significant amount of their own time and resources trying to find it.
So you do the research for them.
Exactly. The guide highlights that marketers are often willing to invest in well-researched data that gives them a competitive advantage in identifying these potentially lucrative opportunities.
What tools would you use for that research?
The recommended tools for this include things like Answer the Public and Google Trends for discovering potential niches and understanding search interest.
Okay.
Then Canva again for designing a professional-looking PDF report to present the findings, and Gumroad for distributing it to your customers.
So what's the process? Find a sub-niche.
Yeah, the initial steps involve identifying specific sub-niches that have a decent level of search interest but aren't already saturated with competition. The example they give is eco-baby products.
Okay, specific. Then compile the data.
Right. Once you've identified these promising niches, you compile your findings into a concise report, perhaps around 10 pages. This should include data like charts showing search volumes, maybe cost per click figures for advertising,
CPC, yeah.
and even some initial content ideas or angles that marketers could explore within that niche. Give them a starting point.
And how do you price something like that?
For pricing, the guide suggests around $20 for a single report. Or you could offer a recurring monthly subscription with updated data for something like $35.
Ah, the subscription model again?
Yeah, keeps the information fresh and provides recurring income. To encourage initial signups, creating a sense of urgency in your marketing can be effective.
Like a discount.
Right, maybe offering a discount to the first 50 subscribers with a call to action like, unlock your affiliate gold mine now. Why is that sense of urgency often effective in marketing, do you think?
Well, it taps into that fear of missing out, FOMO, right? It encourages people to take action now rather than putting it off and maybe forgetting.
Exactly. There's a smart pro tip here too, related to subscriptions.
Let me guess. Update the data.
You got it. Make sure you update the data in your reports regularly, maybe quarterly, especially if you're offering that subscription model. This keeps the information valuable and encourages subscribers to stick around.
Makes sense. What about the earnings?
The earnings snapshot for these research reports estimates that selling 30 reports at $20 each would generate $600.
Okay, decent one-time income.
Plus, if you have subscribers paying $35 a month, maybe get 3 subscribers initially, that's another $105 per month in recurring revenue.
So a mix of one-time and recurring, that combination can be quite appealing.
Definitely.
All right, number 8. This one seems really popular online, digital planner templates.
Oh, yeah, these are huge. Our 8th no-code side hustle taps into the consistently popular world of digital planning.
Why are they so popular, do you think? Aesthetics.
That's part of it. They've gained significant traction because they're not only often visually appealing, but also offer the convenience of instant digital access and organization on tablets or computers.
Right. People appreciate the ability to organize their lives digitally, and aesthetically pleasing, user-friendly digital planners are definitely in high demand.
What tools do you need? Still Canva.
Canva is key, yes. For designing your planner pages and exporting them as a PDF. But you also need something like GoodNotes or Notion.
To test them.
Exactly. To test how the planner functions digitally, make sure the links work, things like that. And then platforms like Etsy or Gumroad to sell your creations. Etsy seems big for planners.
Yeah, Etsy's a major marketplace.
Yeah.
So what goes into the planner itself?
The initial design phase involves creating the core pages. This might include undated daily and weekly layouts.
Undated is smart, makes it evergreen.
Right. Habit trackers, goal setting pages, maybe even prompts for reflection, the basics people expect.
And maybe add some bonuses?
Yeah, to add extra value, the guide suggests including bonus items like a digital sticker sheet or maybe a digital wallpaper pack.
And charge a bit extra?
You could offer it for a small additional cost, like $3 as an add-on.
Nice little upsell.
Hmm.
Any technical tips?
When you're preparing your planner for sale, it's a good idea to keep the file size under 10 millibait if possible. Makes for easier downloading for your customers.
Good tip. And promotion. Where do you market these?
Pinterest. When it comes to promotion, Pinterest is an excellent platform for visual products like digital planners.
Makes sense. Very visual platform.
The guide recommends creating lifestyle mock-ups that show the planner in use on a tablet, maybe with a coffee cup next to it.
Paint the picture.
Exactly. And using clear instant download calls to action in your pin descriptions. Why do you think Pinterest is such a good fit for this type of product?
Well, like you said, it's very visual. People are often there actively looking for ideas and inspiration, especially in areas like organization, aesthetics, productivity. Planners fit right in.
Okay. Anything to watch out for? Heads up.
The heads up for this hustle is to maintain a consistent brand identity across all of your planner templates, if you make more than one.
So people recognize your style.
Yeah. This helps repeat buyers easily recognize your products and builds customer loyalty. If they like one, they might buy another.
Makes sense. What about the money side?
The earnings snapshot for digital planner templates estimates that selling 25 planners per month at $12 each would yield $300.
Okay. And the bonus pack.
And if even just a quarter of those buyers, maybe 6 or 7 people, also purchase the $3 bonus pack, that could add another $75 or so to your monthly income.
So, close to $400 a month, potentially. Not bad.
Not bad at all for a digital product.
Okay. Moving on to our penultimate no-code side hustle, number 9, online tutoring.
Ah, this one's quite direct. You're offering your live expertise to individuals through video calls.
So if you have specialized knowledge in a particular subject, this can be a really rewarding way to earn money and help others learn.
Exactly. People are often willing to pay for personalized guidance and instruction in areas where they want to improve, whether it's a skill, a language, or a school subject.
And the tools are pretty common now, right?
Yeah, the essential tools are readily available and often free to start. Zoom or Google Meet for conducting the lessons. Calendly's free plan for easy scheduling of appointments.
Calendly's great for avoiding back and forth emails.
Totally. And PayPal or Venmo for handling payments. You don't necessarily need a complex website to get started.
So first step is figuring out what to teach.
Right. The initial steps involve identifying a specific area of your expertise. This could be anything you're knowledgeable and passionate about.
Like languages, software.
Sure, language lessons, Photoshop tips, Excel help, academic subjects, music lessons. Loads of possibilities.
And maybe create a basic outline.
Yeah, the guide suggests creating a simple one-page syllabus that outlines the learning goals, the duration of sessions, and what students can expect to achieve. Sets expectations.
Okay. How do you find students?
Making it easy for potential students to book sessions is key, so sharing your Calendly link.
The scheduling link.
Right. Sharing that link in relevant Facebook groups, maybe on professional networking sites like LinkedIn, can be a great way to reach your target audience. Go where they hang out.
And setting rates. What does the guide suggest?
When setting your rates, the guide suggests around $30 per hour for one-on-one sessions,
Okay.
or maybe $15 per person per hour for small group sessions, say 2-4 people.
What are the advantages of offering both individual and group sessions? Seems like group might be less per person.
Well, offering both provides flexibility. It caters to different learning preferences and budgets. Some prefer one-on-one attention, others like the group dynamic or lower cost.
True. How do you build credibility, especially when starting?
Good question. The guide recommends gathering testimonials. Social proof is huge.
Offer a freebie for a review.
You could offer a free introductory mini lesson, maybe 15-20 minutes, in exchange for a brief review to get some initial testimonials up on your booking page or website.
Smart. Any pro tips for booking?
There's a valuable pro tip for this one, including an engaging 1-minute introductory video on your Calendly booking page.
A video of yourself.
Yeah, just a short video introducing yourself and your teaching style. The guide suggests this can potentially increase signups by as much as 30%.
Wow, 30%. Why do you think that works so well?
It's a great way to build a connection, right? Potential students can see you, hear you, get a feel for your personality before they even book a session. Builds trust.
Makes sense. What about the earnings potential?
The earnings snapshot for online tutoring shows that tutoring for just 10 hours per week at $30 per hour.
So pretty part-time.
Yeah, very part-time. That can result in $300 per week, which works out to approximately $1,200 per month.
That's a significant part-time income.
Definitely demonstrates the potential there.
Okay, finally, our 10th no-code side hustle, creating automated email sequences.
Yes, email marketing. Despite the rise of social media, email remains incredibly effective.
You think so? Still powerful.
Oh, yeah. It's a highly effective tool for businesses to nurture leads, build relationships, and drive sales. It often provides a really strong return on their investment.
Right. Businesses understand the power of email to connect directly with their audience in their inbox.
And they're often willing to pay for well-written email sequences that they can set up once and let run automatically. Saves them time, makes them money.
Okay, so what tools are needed here? MailChimp.
The recommended tools for this include MailChimp, yes, which offers a generous free plan for up to 2,000 contacts to start. Zapier, again, for basic automation to connect different tools.
Like connecting a sign-up form.
Exactly. And good old Google Docs for drafting your email content before you put it into MailChimp.
Okay, so what does a typical sequence look like? A welcome series.
Yeah, the initial steps usually involve drafting a welcome series of around 3 emails. That's a common starting point.
What goes in each email?
The guide suggests the first email should be a warm introduction, maybe confirm their subscription, and ideally link to a valuable free resource like a checklist or guide.
Provide value immediately.
Right. The second email could share a key tip or insight related to your niche and maybe include some social proof, like a customer testimonial. Build credibility.
Okay. And the third? The sell.
And the third email would typically include a softer sales pitch, maybe introducing a core product or service with a clear call to action.
What makes a good welcome email sequence overall?
Well, it should provide value up front, like we said, build trust, and gently guide the subscriber towards the next logical step, whatever that is for the business, without being overly aggressive or salesy right away.
Nurture the relationship first.
Exactly. Once you've written your emails, you set up the sequence in MailChimp and schedule the timing between them.
Like send immediately, then wait 2 days, then wait 3 days.
Yeah. For example, sending the emails on day 0, day 2, and day 5 after someone subscribes. Common timing.
And Zapier connects the sign-up.
To automate the process, you connect a landing page or sign-up form to trigger the sequence whenever someone signs up, using Zapier. Set it and forget it, basically.
Okay, how do you price this service?
When it comes to pricing your services, the guide suggests around $150 for setting up a basic 3-email sequence.
As a one-time fee.
Right. And you could also offer ongoing monthly optimization and reporting for an additional, say, $75 per month to create that recurring revenue stream again.
Why is offering that ongoing support a good strategy here? Emails need optimizing.
That's like open rates change, click rates change. Offering optimization provides continued value to the client. You can tweak subject lines, calls to action based on data. Plus, it builds a longer-term relationship, leading to more consistent income for you.
Good point. Any heads up for email sequences?
Yes. The heads up here is to implement list segmentation with tags right from the beginning.
What does that mean, tagging subscribers?
Yeah, tagging subscribers based on how they signed up or what links they click or what they buy.
Yeah.
This allows for much more targeted and effective email campaigns down the line.
Yeah.
You can send different messages to different groups based on their interests or actions.
More relevant emails, better results.
Exactly. Much more powerful than blasting everyone with the same message.
What's the earnings potential look like for this one?
The earnings snapshot for automated email sequences is quite encouraging. Securing just 5 clients for that sequence setup at $150 each would generate $750 upfront.
Okay.
And if you also have, say, those 5 clients on a $75 monthly retainer for optimization.
That's another $375 a month?
Right. So your first month revenue could potentially be as high as $11,125.
Wow, that's pretty significant for a no-code service.
It really shows the value businesses place on effective email marketing.
So there you have it, 10 distinct no-code side hustles, all accessible it seems, and ready for you to explore and potentially launch without needing any prior coding knowledge.
Yeah, what's really empowering, I think, is that each of these hustles utilizes readily available, often free or freemium tools.
Tools most people can access.
Right. And provides a clear step-by-step path to getting started. It truly comes down to considering which area aligns best with your individual interests and existing skills.
Whether that leans towards writing or design, maybe teaching or marketing and strategy.
Exactly. There's likely something in there for many different skill sets.
And remember, The resource we've explored provides those actionable blueprints to help you navigate the initial stages and hopefully avoid some common pitfalls.
But the crucial element really is taking consistent action. You have to actually do it and focus on providing genuine value to the people you serve, whether it's customers or clients.
Yeah, value is key. It's also worth thinking about how you can make your offerings more discoverable online, right?
Oh, absolutely. Utilizing relevant keywords, for example, in your product descriptions, your service descriptions, your titles.
Like no-code side hustles or the specific niche.
Yeah, or digital planner for good notes, or landing page for coaches. Using those terms can significantly improve your visibility in search results on Etsy, Google, wherever.
And the launch is just the beginning, isn't it? You need to think about the next steps.
Definitely. Getting your work out there. That might involve reaching out to relevant bloggers or websites in your niche, maybe sharing engaging content on social media platforms like TikTok and Instagram.
Using Pinterest if it's visual,
Right. And of course, tracking your results is essential. You need to measure what's working.
so you can learn what's working best and refine your approach over time. Double down on what works.
Exactly. Optimize.
So this brings up an important point for you, our listener, to think about.
Yeah. Final thought, maybe.
How might exploring even one of these no-code methods help you diversify your income streams? Or potentially unlock new opportunities you haven't yet considered?
That's a great question. Perhaps one of these initial ideas, even if it starts small, could even serve as a foundation, a stepping stone to something much larger and more significant in the future.
It's definitely an area worth considering further, exploring what fits you best.